Hey everybody, it's me, Candy House. Now I know what you're all thinking, and the answer is no. I am not doing another late night video session on my computer. It's it's around 4:33 here in Chicago, and since it's winter, it gets late. It gets dark very quickly, so that's why it looks dark. Plus, I got my TV on, so that explains the light in the background. Plus, my computer. Now, I wanted to address not address. Excuse me. I figured that I do more opinion related videos on my channel. Last night I did the one about music, and today I wanted to do one about imagination versus reality. And I think so many people kind of get drawn between the two, and it's hard to actually get out of imagination and focus and just accept reality as it is. As for me, being a 17-year-old girl in her junior year, um, I retreat to my imagination more often than I normally would. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like depressed or anything. I just find it easier to go to my imagination than to accept what reality has to give me. Because, in my opinion, I prefer my imagination, being able to live in my imagination than to live in reality. Because everyone knows that reality sucks. I'm just get that out of the way. Reality sucks big time. For most people, reality hasn't worked out in a lot of people's favors. I'm not saying it hasn't really worked out in my favor. I'm still trying to live in this society where I accept more realistic things than just my imagination. But the thing that I wanted to get to, as some people have a really hard time detaching themselves from their imagination, because everyone knows it's so much easier to live in your head, to believe what you want to believe and do the things that you actually want to do, when in reality you can't do the things in your imagination. You can't do what you want to do. You can't really live the way you want to live as in your imagination when you can. Now, I'm not saying that's true for everyone. I mean, like, some people have more realistic imaginations. Like, they want to live in a big house, they want to have a family, they want to have lots of cars, lots of money, like famous people. And that's, in most cases, some cases I should say, it works out for them, and that's perfectly fine. But what I'm getting at is, sometimes living in your imagination and trying to make that real is very difficult. Now, it is possible with the right amount of determination and support from, like, your family, your friends, stuff like that. But there are some things you're in your imagination where you, no, wait, let me say that differently. The things that you want in your imagination, you can't normally get or reach in reality, because sometimes it's just impossible. Now, I'm not saying everything in your imagination can be impossible to reach in real life. I'm just saying you need to be more logical and realistic about it. Like, say for instance, you want a big house and you want all these cars, and that's fine. You can try and get that. But when it comes to terms when you want something like world domination, or you want to rule the world, or you want like a lamp with a magic genie to grant you any wish, or you want a fountain that could just grant you wish like that, like you see on TV, it doesn't work that way. And I'm not saying that's for everyone. That is like a stupid example to give, but I'm just telling you the things that I believe in and that I know. I learned when I was young for a long time that some of the things that I wanted, that I lived in my imagination, wasn't real. And it was sad when I found out that most of the stuff in my imagination wasn't real, and that I couldn't really get it. But as I'm getting older and learning more things that normally other people wouldn't be aware of, I'm accepting the fact that there are some things in your imagination that you really can't get. Like, I'm just giving you a glimpse in my imagination. Um, if you all know who Sonic the Hedgehog is in the Mobians, like I love that show and I love the game franchise. I love Sega and everything. And there is a time where I imagine, just for like fun and stuff, that I'm one of the characters, and I have two sisters and three other brothers, and we're all like skilled FBI assassins. I know that sounds stupid, but it's just entertaining in my head. So like when I'm bored or something, I just go to that. We're skilled assassins and we fight for good and everything. And like I'm doing all these crazy stunts and skills and like with them right by me. It's just really fun to like live in this own world that you create for yourself, to get away from reality for a little bit. You know, just be in your mind a little bit. Have the fun that you want to, just imagining and daydreaming and night dreaming about it. Night dreaming. But what I'm trying to get to as, if you live too much in your imagination, you kind of lose sight of what reality really is, and then you kind of forget how it works, and that can lead to like big problems to me. Because like people say, or they think that they don't care about what reality has. Like they don't care what this country or this world says what's right or wrong. Is what they want to do at that particular point, and if they want to do it, they do it without anyone telling them no or yes. They just do what they want, and they don't give a flying flip about anything. And that's really the ignorance that I've really been seeing a lot lately. I'm not going to get too much on ignorance. I'll get into that maybe in another video later today. But what I'm trying to get to as, when you're living too much about, when you're thinking about that more in your imagination, and you try to perceive that in real life, that only leads to consequences and really bad things, which comes to terms as, you can't do everything that you do in your imagination. Now, if it's a realistic imagination, then that's perfectly fine. But what I'm saying is that you shouldn't live too much in your imagination to the point where it controls your own reality. Because if you try to base your reality on your imagination, that's not going to lead to anything good. That's not going to help you progress further in life. That's either going to hold you back or sink you down. And I've seen some people go through that. And you all are probably saying, girl, you're 17, you in your junior year in high school, why should I be listening to you? This makes no sense what you're saying. And you're probably right. I'm probably making no sense to you at all, and you probably don't care what I'm saying. But you know what? This is my video. This is my opinion. And you shouldn't be angry if I have an opinion on something. That's the thing about these videos I'm going to be making soon. All these are just opinions, in my case, how I feel and how I think it should be. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. All I'm saying is, it's just an opinion. It's how I feel. And if you really don't care about it, that's perfectly fine. But what I'm trying to say is, you shouldn't really attack people who have opinions like this, and then and if it connects to you in anywhere or not, you shouldn't get mad if it does. I'm just saying how I feel and all that. And those are the videos I'm going to be making soon. And this was a video that I've had thought about for a little while. And I figured it kind of does have an effect on people. Living too much in your imagination and then try to live it in real life is very, very difficult. Because that's when you just start lying to yourself and other people. Like, you're this awesome person in your imagination. Like, you're a crime fighter or something, or you're this rich baller who has money to spend, don't care about anything. But if you try to bring that into reality, you need to realize that this world is not fair. This world is unforgiving, and it could be very hard for a lot of people sometimes. And the world in your imagination, it's not real. And it probably never will be. That's all I'm trying to get at. And I'm sorry if this kind of made you angry or something, but that's just how I feel, and it's kind of the truth, really. And again, I'm not trying to lecture you guys, I'm just saying. So yeah, this was a little more serious note. It's gonna get even more serious when I talk about ignorance, because I can go on and on about that. But I'll do that later today. So expect another video after this. Not right now, not right away, later on during the day. But yeah. Anyway, that's all for this video. Once again, I have a Twitter, Sheriff Girl 3 hearts, and you'll see under it, it'll be at Isidore Isidore Madison. And you guys can tweet me anything you want, any suggestions for videos like this, anything I should talk about. And yeah, this has been Candy House, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh.